Guy that just went had like a gallon jug of lime Kool-Aid back there, and I drank some of it, and now I feel really weird. Hi, you guys. My name is Tim. You can find me on almost everything as 2509. You can also find me in St. Louis rolling on dubs, smoking shrubs, quite possibly also throwing mean mugs and shoulder shrugs. Which, of course, is kind of true, but mostly they're the words of Nelly, who also once said, "I never sleep, Ma, but good night and good word." So today we're going to talk about sleep deprivation and its effects on Nelly, or all of us. First thing I wanted to do is throw out a quick disclaimer, which is I made my whole deck in order to truly live my presentation after like 3 days of no sleep. So if it seems kind of meandering, or there's like a point in the middle that seems really weird, that's why. It's not just that I'm weird. That'd be, no. So anyway, sleep deprivation. Here's Nelly to talk about sleep deprivation. This is just some of the basic things that happen when you stay awake for a while. But we're going to talk about the 3 things that interest me most. The first is that it fucks your brain up. So actually, the part of your brain that does normal whatever stops working, and so the part of your brain that does the other whatever, it helps. So the more you're in a fog, but your short-term memory gets better, which is why you can cram for a test all night long and think you got it, and then just fuck up the test really bad the next day. It also screws with your ability to understand morality and complexity and context, which is at least what I told my girlfriend when she saw my search history and it said, "Where is the best place to find an African-American hooker?" I was just tired, boo. It also screws with your ability to have a reasonable reaction to emotional stimuli. I have an interesting example for that. There's a movie, it's called Just Right. It stars Queen Latifah and Common. Common is an NBA player. He breaks his knee, and Queen Latifah nurses him back to health. They fall in love. There are shenanigans. I rented this movie for my mom, because she likes stuff like that. And through strange circumstances, I ended up watching it one morning after staying up for a couple of days. And my reaction to like the whole movie, but mostly the climax, was so in love. I told that story to my mom, and when I got to the part where I went, she went, "Stop that, you're gonna get sick." I was like, what? Like, I'm sure some of you work in HR if you've ever heard like, "Hi, I can't come into work today, I have diarrhea and a runny nose." It's like, "Oh, did you get that bug going around?" "No, last night I was like," and it just opened the door to infection right there. This is the point where I took a break to draw what I thought it would look like if Queen Latifah was crying watching me in the movie with Common. It's based on her appearance in The Secret Life of Bees, which is a wonderful movie. So now let's talk about, back to whatever. I forgot malaise before. That makes you feel strange. So far, this is what happens if you just stay up for a couple days or you have a week of like 2 hours of sleep a night. We haven't talked about people that stay up for a really long time. The Guinness Book of World Records has a woman who stayed up for 18 days. Which is strange because it's tangential. They don't let you do sleep deprivation. She stayed up 18 days getting the record for rocking in a rocking chair. Which is awesome because I'd rather do that to get in the book than fucking fill my mouth with worms or whatever people do. And then this is Robert Gardner, who in the 50s, when he was 17, spent 11 days without sleep with a bunch of scientists like checking out to see what was going wrong. They kept him awake playing pinball and riding in cars and screaming in his face, which is awesome because when I stay awake for like 3 days, my fat ass is sitting and playing Xbox. But the big thing is that he was fine. Like he slept for 15 hours, and despite having hallucinations and tremors, like the next day, no long-term effects whatsoever. So the question comes down to, can you die from not sleeping? There's a disease, it's called fatal familial insomnia. Only like 20 people have ever had it, and it's fucking terrifying. Like if you gave me a choice between fatal familial insomnia and having another disease like itchy AIDS, which is AIDS that makes you itch all the time, I would choose itchy AIDS. Fatal familial insomnia works in 4 steps, which is awesome because when you write it out, it looks like a really bad Final Fantasy game. In the first stage, for 8 months, you slowly get really paranoid. After 4 months, you start having increasingly intense hallucinations. Then you go comatose for 6 months, and then you die. Like from the onset of disease, you have about 18 months before you die. And it makes you impotent and constipated. Which sucks for someone like me, because if you told me I had 18 months to live and all the time of the night for not sleeping, I think everyone here knows exactly what I'd spend that 18 months doing. That's it. Thank you, you guys. My name is Tim Davids.